Hi, welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. Today is Friday, March 16th. We are in the heart of March Madness in college basketball, but we still have a UFC event coming up in London, and we're going to get some analysis from our regular guest, Andreas Hale. Andreas Hale, UFC Fight Night 127 in London, England. It's kind of a people are mocking this card for not being an exciting card. How are you feel about this card in general?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's one of those cards that, we just had a little hiatus and we're gearing up for the big UFC in New York card.
Yeah.
So this is a little palate cleanser to get us back in the swing of things.
All right, sounds good. Well, I am not going to have any picks on this one because I am up to my neck in college basketball analysis, but we'll see what Andreas Hale has for us in terms of official picks here. Well, we know we'll get great analysis. The main event, obviously, is Fabricio Werdum against Volkov, and, grappler versus striker, and old guy versus, young guy, even though, I mean, for the heavyweight division, 29, 30 years old is definitely young. The question is, obviously, when it comes to skills, Werdum is on another level from Volkov. Question is just how much will age have caught up with Werdum here as of right now, based on what we've seen from him. As far as someone on Volkov's level is concerned, seems like Werdum is not slowing down at all. And if he looks as good as he's looked in his past two fights at minus 175, he would be the play. Unless we're expecting a little bit of a regression from Werdum here, I think he would be the play. Volkov definitely has a chance, but it's not a huge favorite line here for Werdum, right?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised because I saw Volkov, was a pretty big underdog, and the line started closing because money came in on him. I guess that's because it's the heavyweight division. This 2018 has already been a year where we've seen a lot of the old guard getting knocked out by the new guard. We just saw that with Brian Ortega against Frankie Edgar. I don't think that will be the case here with Werdum. I think he's too talented. His striking is exceptional. It's gotten much better than it used to be. And obviously, his ground game is probably the best in the heavyweight division. That being said, Alexander Volkov, he's solid. But his biggest win is against Stefan Struve, who just lost to Andre Arlovski. Aside from that, Roy Nelson, who's now in Bellator. So I think the pick here is definitely Fabricio Werdum. He's trying to get back on track in the heavyweight division. And I think he's going to try to make short work of his opponent here. I think he's going to try to drag this fight to the mat and get a quick submission.
Yeah, so you don't see this fight going over or going the distance. You see probably an early submission by Werdum?
I do. I think if Werdum plays it smart, he has these times where he gets in these little standoffs with fighters who have relatively good strikers. But if he sees that you're not very good on the ground, like he did against Walt Harris on that short notice fight, he's going to immediately take you there. And I think Volkov is solid, but I think he's never been tested with somebody like Werdum. So I think he's going to drag this immediately to the mat and finish this in the under.
Okay, so you want to make an official pick on this one?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick Werdum here, and I'm going to tag on the under as well, just for measure. But I really like Werdum in this fight. I think minus 170, 175 is kind of a gift. If he was minus 200, I might stay away, but I'm going to go with Werdum here in the under.
All right, official pick from Andreas Hale, Fabricio Werdum at just minus 175, and the under 2.5 rounds. It is scheduled for 5 rounds. The under 2.5 is plus 110. Those are good enough odds for you, Andreas?
Yeah, those are good enough odds for me.
Okay, and then the next fight on the card, Jan Blachowicz against Jimmy Manuwa. Of course, this is a rematch. These guys fought a relatively boring fight already once, and Manuwa, of course, a prolific finisher, but this is the one fight out of his last 15 or 20 or so that did go the distance. Manuwa here is a big favorite, relatively big favorite, minus 190, and the over is 2.5 rounds, minus 120, so I guess the market vaguely expecting more of the same from what we saw in the first fight. Is that what you're expecting here? A win by Manuwa, and more likely than not, the fight to go over?
Don't know about Manuwa winning. I like him, but he got knocked out by Desmir recently, and he's going to take a lot of risks. I think he needs to get his name out there, so he's going to put his chin out there to get touched. That being said, I think somebody gets finished here. I think Manuwa has something to prove. Blachowicz is the only fighter that has gone the distance with Jimmy Manuwa, and Manuwa wants to erase that. So I think he's going to come out there, balls to the wall, look for a finish, and it's a dog-eat-dog world. One of these guys is going to go to sleep. Staying away from Manuwa here, but I really do like the under.
Really? You like the under here at 2.5 plus 100?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I think one of these guys gets finished. Blachowicz, he's got a pretty hard head, but again, I think one of these guys needs to go to sleep here. They both don't want to have another boring fight, and I think they both have something to prove. especially considering they're fighting at 0-2. I think you want to put on a show in the co-main event. I don't think you want to have another boring fight because it does nothing for either fighter if you win a boring fight in a light heavyweight division that's begging for a new contender. So one of these guys needs to go to sleep, and I don't know who it'll be, but I see this going under.
Okay, that'll be an official pick, under 2.5 at plus 100, the current line on that one.
That'll be an official pick for me.
Okay, and then the next fight, Tom Duquesnoy against Terrion Ware. Duquesnoy, very impressive. Big favorite here, as you would expect. Right now, I'm seeing minus 355. Ware on the other side, plus 295. Duquesnoy is an exciting fighter to watch. I didn't have enough time to crunch this fight as to find any betting value here. Is Duquesnoy, is he a vulnerable big favorite here, or is this fight just not bettable?
After Cody Stamann beat Brian Caraway last week, it makes you wonder because Duquesnoy, maybe the hype is for real, and he just got derailed by a better fighter. So he should be the favorite here. He's a little bit too significant of a favorite in this fight, so I would stay away from it. I don't know enough about Terrion Ware to figure out if he's that live of an underdog here.
Yeah.
So I expect Duquesnoy to win, but I can't bet this. He's too big of a favorite, and he's still a relatively new prospect.
Yeah, I mean, Ware is hittable, but my sense is that maybe the best way to bet this one would be, Duquesnoy by decision. But again, I agree with you. The odds are just a little bit too steep, and there's too many unknowns with Ware for me to want to take a shot with it. So it's a pass for me. And then the last fight on the main card, Leon Edwards against Peter Sobota. And, welterweight, 3 rounds. Edwards is another substantial favorite here, minus 220. Should he be a bigger favorite, or is there value at the underdog?
I think this is spot on. I think you look at Leon Edwards, he's a prospect. In some people's, he's cracked the top 15 already in the welterweight division, so he's an interesting pick here. Sabata's a guy who's tough, he's durable, but he's also there to get finished. Not saying Leon Edwards is a prolific finisher, but he tends from time to time to sneak in a submission here and there. The line's a little wide. I think Edwards is a guy that we're still looking at and trying to figure out how good he is in a pretty crowded welterweight division. So I would lean towards Edwards, but I'm going to pass on this one because I'd like to see it a little bit closer before I make a decision on this.
All right, so just 3 official picks from Andreas Hale for UFC Fight Night 127. Fabricio Werdum, minus 175. Not too big of a line for Andreas Hale to take a shot with. The under in that one, 2.5 at plus 110. And then also the under in the Jimmy Manuwa fight, 2.5 plus 100. 3 official picks from Andreas Hale. Thanks so much. Talk to you again very soon, Andreas.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.